Hey, just a little somber bonus video. Actually, just got done wrapping up the podcast a few moments ago, and the news kind of broke of Nintendo's president, Satoru Iwata, has unfortunately passed away. And I've been one of those people that's been very critical of Iwata and Nintendo as a whole over the last couple of years. But even with kind of the memes that have sprung up and some of the more lighthearted jokes about Nintendo and specifically like Iwata, his contributions to gaming are quite significant. Of course, being the fourth president in the history of Nintendo. And you may think Nintendo, well, only like the 80s or something like that, but if you know the history of Nintendo, you know they were a toy company and card company for well over 100 years now, and there's actually only been like 4 presidents of Nintendo since its inception, and Iwata happened to be the fourth one. And basically, Iwata started off at HAL Laboratories, I know, back in like the 80s, and he also worked on many games that HAL did, as well as in collaboration with Nintendo, so games like Balloon Fight and a large portion of the Kirby franchise. He would also work along with like Game Freak later on for the Pokemon series, specifically like Pokemon Gold and Silver. One thing I don't think a lot of people know that and one of the most popular features about Pokemon Gold and Silver was the whole fact that they were able to get the Kanto region, the region from Pokemon Red and Blue and Green, into Pokemon Gold and Silver. Like the entire region was able to be put in there, and actually Iwata worked on the tool that was able to put Kanto, like compress whatever they needed to in order to fit Kanto onto the cart. So fans of Pokemon Gold and Silver, that was a huge deal back then, and so that was one of just the many innovations and game design things he helped out with. Besides also being the head of Nintendo and then becoming executive producer of almost every Nintendo produced title since the early 2000s. I mean, countless games you can pretty much name that he was a part of. He was also like appeared as like guest characters. For example, I know he was in one of the WarioWare games as kind of like the shopkeeper, and has, of course, being the president, has become the face of Nintendo over the last few years. And like I said, even with Nintendo me having large differences and many others being very critical of Nintendo over the last few years, and while it's easy to kind of poke fun because of just some of the mannerisms and the English at times that when Iwata would speak, you could always tell one thing about Iwata from Nintendo. He was one of those ones like Mimo. He's always seemed happy. Like everyone who works for Nintendo usually seems happy and really passionate. Even if we didn't like whatever games they're showing, his kind of like bright, smiling face while presenting these games at like the Nintendo Directs and stuff like that kind of would, no matter what, it was hard to be really, really angry at someone like Satoru Iwata. So I just wanted to do a very quick bonus video and say like kind of rest in peace. I'm sure we will talk more about this on next week's podcast, but I kind of want to get that out there now. So anyway, rest in peace, Satoru Iwata. It'll be interesting. And Nintendo Directs definitely won't be the same from this point on. And so yeah, unfortunately, sad news. And like I said, no matter how critical I've been of Nintendo lately, this is a sad day for gaming, and especially obviously for Nintendo. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.